Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming to this talk here. This is for the dual degree program in technology and management. My name is Betty Lin. 我是台湾人, but I grew up in America, and I've been running this program for 12 years now, and I'm very happy to be here. Why? This is a very, very special program. I think in Hong Kong, we're the only one that gives you 2 degrees. It's a 5-year program. You graduate with a bachelor degree in business and a bachelor degree in engineering or science. What is unique about us is that students are required in every semester to take both business and engineering class. Some programs do it as 4 years of engineering and then throw a little business at the end. To us, we feel it's absolutely important that the student feels like a business person when they're taking business classes and feel like an engineer or scientist when they're studying their technology track. Why? Because I'll tell you about it later. In addition to that, because these 2 degrees are very different, right? Engineering and business are kind of bipolar subjects. As such, we have special courses that require them to apply these disciplines together, such as building a startup and solving a problem like a McKinsey consultant, not for a small company, but big corporations. Why? Well, we all come back from the US, and 25 years ago, in 2003, we already realized that all companies are technology-based. All companies are tech companies. Oh, by the way, they do e-commerce, they sell clothing, they deliver banking, investment, etc. And in the end, we already realized 25 years ago that to have technical people who are very strong, but at the same time very business savvy, it's a different kind of mindset. It's a totally different kind of animal. And that's our vision, that we want to develop future leaders who are strong in both aspects. And as such, you have successes like what? NVIDIA, Amazon, Netflix. These are all very technical companies, but as well as being very business oriented. And curriculum like that doesn't exist on earth. And so we created this program, and a testament that this program works is in this photo here. If you look carefully, do you see anything interesting? These are real students now. If you pay attention to the video, the boy here in the end, whose face got cut into a globe, that's him. And then this one here is his younger brother. He loves the program so much, he grabbed his younger brother and to come into the program. And his younger brother likes the program so much that he grabbed his dad to sponsor one of our corporate consulting projects. So the whole family's in here. But they're not the only one. We have lots of brother, sister, sister pairs in this program. And so I think that's an example why this program is good. This program being so unique that students who are very ambitious and want to do something great, they find us. We have students from Russia, okay? Canada, Netherlands, somehow they find this program and they come to Hong Kong to study. And you know, China and all this economic boom makes it a very exciting place for them to get an international education. And of course, for Hong Kong students, they're here studying in Hong Kong, but it feels like a very international program, right? 1/3 of the students are not from Hong Kong. And so this group here, they have a lot of fun. They're very international, and so, of course, they go on exchange as well. So in this dual degree program, what can the students study? You have lots of choices, because everybody's different. Everybody has a different interest. So on the business side, there are 6 choices. And if you recognize GBUS, Global Business, is one of the choice. And then on the technical side, there are 2 science options and 12 engineering options, and artificial intelligence is one of the new majors. So, if you take 14 times 6, what's that? It's a lot. It's 84 combinations. And so we really appreciate our staff here taking care of students with such diversified background. But at the same time, it makes it also quite a challenge for instructors like me to create challenging courses that all of them will like. Okay, so what are the most popular combinations? You know what? 10 years ago, civil engineering was the hottest thing, right? Secure, iron bowl, rice bowl, it's very safe. But nowadays, it could be AI, it could be data analytics, right? Data science is also hot. So everybody's different. Let your children, for the parents here, right? I'm a parent as well. As a matter of fact, I'm a grandparent. Your children, right? They are unique. They are the result of your 6 combination, all the grandparents, they actually are unique. Let them choose what they like. And every year is slightly different. And in terms of where to work, right, after graduation, going for graduate degrees is now becoming more unpopular because I think our students here also find that teaching can also be a very good career as well. I come from the industry, 25 years then I've been teaching here, and it's really, really fun. And so, of course, Hong Kong being a financial center, the hedge funds, the JP Morgans, they pay the best. But you know what, after a few years, if our students don't find a satisfaction or challenging enough, they can switch. Also in the last few years, as some of you may know, some of the parents here work in the banking sector as well. You know the hiring has been reduced by a lot. But you know what? For DDP students, they have a choice. Banking's down, they're not hiring, I go to consulting. Consulting is down, I go to management. I go run the e-commerce. I go run something, right? These students have option. And we find that as well, that students will move around as their interests evolve, and also in different life stages, right? Maybe some want to do a startup, some want to have a family, different options. So here are some examples of what our students have done with their dual degree, right? You know, it's very hard to know as an 18-year-old, what do you want to grow up to do? You kind of know what pays the best, but do you like it, right? And so these students, these are 3 examples here. They come in. This one's computer science and general business. This one's industrial engineering because she hates programming. And this one is also industrial engineering, right? And so one went to banking, one to McKinsey, one to, and so Camry, maybe I'll just use her as an example. She's a really cutie pie. Her name is Camry because her mother loves Toyota. You know, she doesn't know what she wanted to do. She went to JP Morgan because it worked well. And then after a few years, decided that's not her cup of tea. Her language skills is very good, so she went to get a law degree. And after that, she joined a law firm. And after that, she had a wonderful opportunity because in the law firm, because of her technical background, she did IPO law. Because she can look at portfolio and take it apart and know whether this thing, to address the investors' concerns. And afterwards, this firm she went to and become the legal counsel. That means that's the #1 person that keeps this firm out of jail. Its company is called Leontech. It's a French fintech in Hong Kong, and they're doing very well, right? So she's like out of school 10 years. She is the legal counsel of a fintech from France and having a great time. And so we also have students here, these 2 gentlemen here. I sit on the board of their startup. Because they were in banking, they got exposed to chatbot and robo-trade very early on. So they built a chatbot by hand in 2015. They were way ahead of the curve. So when LLM, OpenAI came out with ChatGPT, they migrated, and now they're #1 chatbot around the region here. They have 300 more or so clients and having a really good time. So this is the advantage that one gets when you have a choice. when you understand both sides and you know how to look at where the market is going, you can grab opportunities like this. Okay? So, what is the formula for raising young people, from being wet behind the ear, not knowing what they want to do, to be amazing talents, doing great things here, right? Some of these students here are really amazing. She graduated only 12 years. She's leading a sales organization of a few thousand people, and some of these students are just, within 3-4 years, they're in management and moving on to directors by 10 years. What is the method here? Some of you may get this, what we're trying to convey with here. What we're trying to say is, we take the best ingredients from around the world. Very talented kids, because studying 2 degrees is not that easy. It's kind of like a slow marathon. We want to make sure the students who come into this program love studying. Studying is fun, okay? Other people take, say, 5 courses a semester. They may take 6. So these has to be students who are academically strong. They take study courses from both sides, engineering, business, and our T&M-DDP courses that help them integrate it. And they go through a slow cooking process. And so the output after 5 years is this. It's not easy, but for those who love the challenge, and later on we have a student to share with you, they find it really fun, okay? So, what do we do? How do we slow cook these students? Okay, so they're studying in parallel 2 courses. Then we believe soft skill is very important. Soft skills, because we know we're training future leaders, right? Soft skills like presentation, people skills, communication, these are all very important. And how to interview, that's the assessment center, mock interview. And then we give them the foundation in problem solving, case analysis, and product design. Then they consult for a real client, and then they build a startup. So this is an example of how we build soft skills. In this program, we don't take a lot of students, right? Maybe per cohort, we're getting bigger and bigger because the university is scoring, 50 or whatever so students a year. It's a small cohort. Everybody knows everybody, and we invest. We don't spend. We don't go cheap on investing in these students. So one of the first things the students do is leadership. You're 18-year-old out of high school, kind of scared coming to the campus this big with so many people. So they spend 3 days, 2 nights at Outward Bound. This is a professional training organization. They train professional companies for future managers. They get thrown in the water, learn how to survive, and if they survive 3 days and 2 nights, you know what? They got some best friends to go through the rest of the 5-year journey. Then the next class they take is this case analysis and product innovation, 3950. Here, they're learning the latest and coolest concepts, right, on how to innovate, such as design thinking, blue ocean strategy, MECE frameworks that are used by consultants, and they do projects and case analysis. So what other programs may take 2 semesters to cover, we cover in 1. After that, then they're ready for this. Sorry, I'm going a little fast, but they're taster programs. Hopefully you will join later on if you're interested to understand. So one of them is consulting, problem solving. I believe this is one of the most important skills that every young person must know how to do. Just because you don't work for a consulting firm doesn't mean you don't solve problems. Every company is hiring young people to solve problems. Okay, they're constantly problems to be solved, and they're fun. This course has evolved so much. It was first offered in 2008, and I was the client, okay? My husband founded this program, and whenever he needed a client, he would like, go find me a client. And so I was in the industry, and so I sponsored half of them, and before I came. So we have now a very good reputation in the market. UBS, Arab, JP Morgan, they will come regularly. And they are giving our students the problems they're facing today. And these kids get to solve it. And they will actually deploy it, adopt it, adapt it for actual deployment. So for example, UBS was one of the first companies that found us, and we have been working with them since 2017. So our students already got exposed to blockchain. What's blockchain? Is that underneath technology behind crypto and Bitcoin. Okay, so our kids started playing with it in 2017. Machine learning, chatbot, we've done it, and it's really exciting. And when we present, these are young kids now, undergraduates, when we present, UBS bring out their whole IT team from across the region, Singapore being online. So this is how amazing that young people, when you train them right, they can do incredible things. And also the tools have become so powerful as well, right? So for example, this is another one, Arab. This is the, you may not recognize the name, but Arab is the company that built Sydney Opera House, HSBC, the Shard in London, etc. And so the students presented some innovative solution, and the chairman of East Asia, Michael Kwok, he hired 2 teams on the spot because he liked the students so much. Okay, all right. And finally, this is our final flagship program. Because we believe what the talents we're training one day will be leaders, leading global firms, understanding international culture, being able to manage older people, white people, blonde people, being able to open markets everywhere is important. So in this course, we go travel. We go travel around the world. And so the words are very small. Maybe you can just focus on the last words. San Jose, Shenzhen, Brazil, Singapore, Austin, Texas, etc. In January, we're going to Saudi Arabia. Okay, so what do? We go, other than having fun, going on airplanes together, right? So here's a picture of fun, right? In Brazil, we go whitewater rafting because we work very hard on these trips. These are working trips. We have to build a startup in 10 days. And in the middle of the trip, we get a little exhausted. So we want to chill so the students don't fight, and we go have fun. And so in the winter, in January, we work with UST, Germany, and Saudi Arabia. We used to have UIUC as a partner, Illinois. I think something happened to the US government. They are not funding US universities as well nowadays. And because this course is so popular, and also we found the conflict with students from very different backgrounds to be a little bit hard, we decided to have an easier version, and we work with Asians first. And this is in the summer. We work with NUS, being, I think they're top 10 in the world, really great students. We are Taiwan Tsinghua MBA program. And so, yeah, this is how come we can produce students who can become a director, after joining the workforce within 5 or 8 years, etc. Okay? So, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm behind schedule. We have more exciting stuff from a student to share. So, admission program process is like this. You apply if you're a JUPAS or IB student, and then before school starts, you get to declare your home major in technology. Then at the end of year 2, after you take some business classes, then you'll know which business major you like. Okay? You can go on our website on how to calculate. We are a little bit demanding with academic achievements, and it's because we want to make sure studying is, it's going to be fun, because we're going to do a lot more than studying. We're going to solve problems and work with corporates. Okay? So that information is also available on our website. You can come in through AB, IB, GC, A-level, whatever. We know how to read your test scores. All right, so with that, I'm going to bring one of our real students, Jaden, to share with you his experience, okay?
Thank you, Professor Petty, for briefly introducing our program structure as well as the career pathways of our graduates. But as I see you all here are like students in high school, it seems like it's a few months to a year to actually joining university, and then it takes 5 years to graduate, and then it takes another 10 years to become a to become a senior management in a company. It sounds kind of far. Let's just talk about something that is happening in my university life as a DDP student. So first, I want to talk about myself. I am a fourth-year student in mechanical engineering, computer science, and general business management in the dual degree program. And yes, okay, so this is how I started my journey with DDP. Actually, most of you guys has already been earlier than me to know what DDP is. I started to know DDP as a program in December, while you guys are already sitting here. So after knowing about DDP, I go on to study for DSE exams. There are also other students with other exam qualifications here, but there is one thing that is more important is that the interview with the faculties, for example, Professor Betty and other professors in the faculty, that they will be the ones who assess you personally to see if you can apply technological innovations in the actual business world in an interview setting. And then in the late May, after my DSE exam is finished, I am invited to have a high school dinner with some senior DDP students where they also talk about what DDP actually is, like I'm doing it right now for you guys. Okay, so why I choose DDP? DDP is more than just an engineering or a business degree. You can learn about how to do math, do some equations. For example, mechanical engineering, you know how to calculate water flowing in a pipe. In your engineering degree, you can also learn how to market an idea to a bunch of people who have no idea what is that solution actually is in your business course. But how can you link them together? Is most importantly through our TMG stuff, which includes the corporate consulting projects as well as other activities that we link the two vastly different programs into real-world practices. But before talking about that, let me show you how a school day of a DDP student is like. If you think that having 2 degrees at once means that you have double the workload, then you're wrong, because this is what I'm going to take in this semester. It ranges from some common core courses that is required for all university students. There are some mechanical engineering course in orange. There's light blue, which is the computer science course. There's also business courses as required in the curriculum as well. And there are also other professional activities, which sums up to actually just 17 hours of classes per week. And I would say that is quite low for a high school student currently. But let's talk about something more interesting. As Professor Betty has suggested, we have other signature activities, including the corporate consulting projects and prototyping, and as well as the Asia Business Plan competitions. Let's just focus on the first one, which is the consulting with Aero Aviation for Advanced Air Mobility. There will be also a workshop about this later today, and then we can meet the real clients, and we have like different kinds of clients here, including Aero, ACOM, which are technical consultants, as well as Field, which is a television service provider. And they offer different things, but I want to address one thing, which is out of the consulting projects and pitch part, is that we actually have to meet with a real client, and we have to learn by practice how are we going to communicate and interact with them. Including, for example, when I was first meeting the client within Field, we are suggested to bring some refreshments with them because they have been coming here after work, so late, skipping their dinner, and this is a show of gratitude as well as to strengthen the bond between our advisors as well as our teammates. And then there is a Asia Business Plan competition, which I just finished from this summer, which is going to Taiwan. It is nothing similar to any of your Taiwan trips or any of your overseas trips with families and friends. You actually has to meet the locals and to know more about the local cultures and their views on the Taiwan's technology and business backgrounds. And here goes the fun stuff. The ones that is TMG professional activities events, including dragging you to a middle of nowhere in two days and 2 nights, sleeping in a tent with your friends, as well as to sitting in these kind of lecture theater, listening to some industry professionals talking about their current technology and business developments, as well as other workshops that improves our job seeking skills and public speaking opportunities, such as here. But how these actually links back to other areas of your university life? University life is more than just learning and taking courses, maybe even taking projects. There are other clubs and societies that I've been into. I'm a former president of the DDP organizing committee, where we try to organize an orientation camp for new students. We also have other newer generations with subcommittees and activities and so on. That these skills that is coming from the professional activities actually equip me with the ability to manage a team in, of course, people that are around me. But taking a step further, let's talk about people that I actually not know at first. So there are clubs and societies that is external with links to professional bodies. For example, the American Society of Mechanical Engineering, as well as the Hong Kong Institution of Engineering student chapters, where I get to meet industry professionals as well as students from other universities. And I think that the ability of the experience of public speaking as well as other pitching in business actually helps me to be better than some of the engineering students who are, of course, technically experienced, but they may be more shy to talk about something like this in a setting where you're gonna have to socialize and be around with people. Yes, and then there is nearly the end of my presentation, and I think that the first part of my personal suggestions is actually accomplished for you guys. You're already here, and there is another thing that is better to make this sharing more memorable and meaningful is that we have our students from different examination backgrounds. They have, of course, experience in other majors and other qualifications as well. And I would like to invite all of you guys to actually have to chat with them and to reach out and ask questions to us. And that is basically the end of my sharing. And I would like to invite you guys to raise up any questions that you have, and our students can answer it on the floor. Yeah.